Okay, we're going to look at two powerful principles in mathematical card magic. The first one is the classic Gilbreath Principle, and the second one is a brand new principle I've introduced on my channel. Now, please note that we are going to make a comparison between what happens to what are called two cycles in the case of both of these principles. Now, two cycle is just a packet of cards where there's a pattern that repeats twice. Okay? And in particular, we say that this two cycle here has cycle length 10. And it's because there's two blocks of 10 cards that repeat in value, ace through 10, of course, of different colors. This is the same thing if we focus on card value and color. So both of these are two cycles having cycle length 10. So let's take a look at what the Gilbreath Principle tells us happens after a riffle shuffle, or will perform a rosette shuffle, which is equivalent. So in the case of the Gilbreath Principle, you're free to deal out any number of cards. We're just reverse counting any number of cards. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe we'll just do 9. Okay, that's fine. And then we do anything that's equivalent to a riffle shuffle. Well, a rosette shuffle like this is equivalent. So we can perform this, and then the Gilbreath Principle applies. And what that tells us is something quite remarkable. If we take the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, there is guaranteed to be one card of each value. Now, we won't know the suits, we won't know the colors, but there has to be one ace, one 2, all the way through 1 10. And you can see that that's the case. We have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is the conclusion of the Gilbreath Principle. Okay, so how does it differ from the Bessey Rosette Principle? Well, we begin the same. We deal out cards to the tables. So let's say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll do 10 this time instead of, I think we did 9 there. Now, one difference right here I need to emphasize. With the Gilbreath Principle, you're free to deal to the table any number of those cards. One of them, or all of them, or whatever number you like. In the case of the Bessey Rosette Principle, you need to deal no more than the cycle length. And the cycle length, as I mentioned, is 10. So we're free to deal out any number of cards between 1 and 10. And in practice, most spectators would do that. They wouldn't go beyond half the packet. But for this principle, that's the only difference in the handling of the cards. Okay? But as you'll see, we'll get a much stronger conclusion than that of the Gilbreath Principle. Okay? So let's go ahead and we'll do something equivalent to a riffle shuffle, which is this rosette shuffle, and then we'll just try to bring these together the best we can. Okay, so what is this new principle we're talking about here? Well, we do the same thing. We take the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is the cycle length for the 2 cycle. And then what we do is we just take a look at, or somehow find out, the identity of just the bottom card. We don't need to look at any of the other cards. Knowing just the bottom card, we can state with certainty the identities of all 10 cards. Now, I want to contrast that with the Gilbreath Principle. You cannot do that. All it guarantees is that we have one ace of one of the suits, 2 of one of the suits, all the way through 10. We don't know which suit for each value. With the Bessey Rosette Principle, once you see that bottom card, you know everything about the identities of all 10 cards. In particular, since I see a 6 of spades here, I know that the 6 through 10 of spades are in this packet, and that being the case, the remaining cards are the diamonds, or the red cards. And I know that they would have to be the ace through 5. Okay, so is it true that we have 6 through 10 of spades, and ace through 5 of diamonds. Let's just take a look. Is that true? Is that the case? Okay, and if we take a look, it is exactly the case. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of spades, and we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of diamonds, as predicted. Okay, so I introduced this principle in a previous video, which I will link in the description below. So if you want to take a look at my introductory principle, in which I reveal this principle to the world for the first time, and within that video, I explain in layman terms the mathematics driving this principle. Okay, so I just wanted to get this out here to the public, and I do want to point out that this does not mean that the Bessey Rosette Principle is in all cases superior to the Gilbreath Principle, because that's not the case. We're looking at just 2 cycles in this particular example. The Bessey Rosette Principle gives you far more information about the identities of all of the cards, not just that there's one of each. Okay, so thank you for watching, and take a look at my original video in which I introduced the Bessey Rosette Principle if you want to understand how it is I was able to deduce the identities of all of these cards knowing just one card, which is quite remarkable. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.